Point number 8 is to shadow your boss or your immediate supervisor. This point could actually be the most important point amongst these 15 points, which is to shadow your boss, which means that you notice everything that your boss is doing and you slowly start to learn that. So when you see your boss making a report or going into meetings or representing the team somewhere, or any tasks that your boss is doing on a day-to-day basis, you should make notes about that and keep a very close eye on exactly what he's doing and start learning those things. If your boss is good and you have a good equation with your boss, then you can even request them to teach you something that you don't know. Otherwise, there are other ways of learning these things. Maybe you can go to a mentor or somebody who's a little senior in the team and you can request them to teach you something that you may not know, maybe something in reporting or in Excel or anything that you don't know. But you should keep a close watch on your boss and start learning everything that they're doing, and also volunteer in their absence. So for example, if your boss calls in sick one day, or if they are going on holidays or whatever and they're not available, then you can fill in for them and act like your boss, of course with their permission, and start doing the things that they were doing. So while you were shadowing them, you were picking up these qualities or the experience that's needed in their job, and when they are not available, then you can act like the boss and start doing those things. And like this, you can show your boss that I am ready to do everything that you're doing and I'm able to handle the responsibilities that you have. Point number 9 is to create interpersonal relationships. Now, a big part of being successful is to have a strong network, which means to know the right people in the organization. So what happens is, when you know the right people who are the key decision makers, who can help you get a promotion, who could guide you or give you important information, then you're just putting yourself in a strong position to get that next promotion. Now, some people might say that you are buttering somebody up or you're being too nice to the management because you want some favor, but you know what, this is completely normal. And if you are serious about your career and if you're smart about your career, then you would do these things. Now, this could mean interacting with the management often, just saying even something like hi, or giving them updates about what you're doing or what your team is doing, keeping in touch with them, also participating in offline activities. So when there are team parties or an annual day, you can go up to these people and also show them your playful side and the casual side of your personality. So just to keep in touch with the right people in the organization, whether as friends or in the professional capacity, but build your network, and you should definitely know who the important people in your organization are, especially the key players when it comes to your promotion, and keep in touch with them. Point number 10 is to be visible, especially to the management and to the key players. Now, there's a saying in India, right? Jo dikhta hai wo bikta hai. This is actually correct in your career and in professional scenarios, which means that if you want to be successful and if you want people to notice you in order to give you that next break or the next promotion, you have to be visible all the time. So anything positive that you do, any achievements that you have, or any appreciation that you get, make sure that the right people take notice of that. So what you can do is, first of all, you can be competitive. You can make sure that you are the best at what you do, and also anything extra that you're doing, any achievements that you have, you keep the management in loop. You can request your team leader, for example, or your manager to send an email to the entire team or the management telling them that you had another achievement or you did something amazing, or find ways to do that yourself in a subtle manner where you keep everyone apprised about what is it that you're doing and what are the amazing things that you're doing, or any of your achievements, but don't do it in a very obvious way. Do it as an update that this has happened and I did something good again. Point number 11 is to mentor your team members. Now this point is a combination of the previously explained points like taking more responsibilities and initiatives, and also filling in for your boss. So when you take care of your team members, especially the new members in the team or anybody who is just joining the team and may not know how everything works in this process or in this team or in this organization, then you're taking the initiative and the responsibility to say, hey, I will hold this person's hand and I will teach him everything that he needs to know, thereby relieving your boss of that responsibility. So when you mentor somebody in the team, when you are teaching them something new or just making them more comfortable in the team, you are showing your value to your boss and to the organization. Point number 12 is to document your achievements. Now, in addition to being visible to the management and the key players in your organization, I think it's also very important to keep a track of your own achievements. Now, if you're doing anything that is additional or is adding value, maybe it's a lean idea or it's additional responsibilities that you're taking, maybe you're performing exceptionally well, make sure all of this is documented and at least you remember everything that you've done, because whether we like it or not, sometimes our own organizations, our teams and our bosses take us for granted. So when we start adding too much value, we kind of set that expectation that I am your hero and I will always take care of things, and people get too used to that. So make sure that you know exactly what you're doing, the kind of initiatives that you're taking, the kind of additional responsibilities that you're taking, and any kind of additional work that you're doing that is gaining appreciation, and you make a note of these things. So essentially you should keep a log of these things, and if there are emails or appreciations or memos or anything that is professionally documented in the organization, that's even better, because then everybody has already seen it, and as we all know, emails automatically become documents. So keep a track of everything that you're doing, so that tomorrow when you go for an interview or there's an appraisal or any discussion relating to your promotion, you can talk about these things. So you don't have to carry that notepad with all the achievements that you have made so far, but just go through that, and then these can become your talking points, and you can discuss these things and say that I have taken these initiatives, I've done so much, and these will obviously work in your favor when somebody is considering you for a promotion. 13 is to keep an eye on IJPs. So as we know, IJPs are internal job postings, which means that within the organization, if there is an open position, then the organization posts it on the website or a group, or it's circulated amongst the employees. That's how you come to know about the job opening and you can apply for that position. So obviously nobody will come up to you personally and invite you to apply for a position. So it is your initiative and your effort to keep an eye on the IJPs and to keep checking which jobs are being posted and whether you can apply to this position or not. So please make sure that you always keep an eye on IJPs and keep a track of what all positions are coming out in your organization. 14 is to plan for an IJP. So you saw a job posting and you liked that job profile and you think you have a good chance, then a good idea is to plan and prepare for this IJP. A good idea is to go to your boss or to your mentor and tell them that, okay, this is the position that I'm interested in. What all should I be doing to get this job? Chances are that because they've gone through the same process and they have gone through the interview and the entire thing, they can give you some valuable inputs. So they can tell you what are the requirements for such a position, what all should you consider before applying for this job, what would the interview be like, what kind of responses should you give. So they can kind of prepare you for the IJP and for the process that comes after, and they can maybe even do a mock interview with you and prepare you in that way. So a good idea is to prepare for the IJP before you apply for it. And the last point is to set yourself apart with your soft skills and a neutral temperament. So if you think about it, if you're a part of a team, then everybody is your competitor, and when a position is available, then everyone can apply for that position, right? So how do you set yourself apart from everyone? What is underrated but extremely important is the kind of soft skills that you have. What kind of networking qualities do you have? what kind of empathy do you have, how do you handle situations, and what kind of temperament do you have. Do you lose your cool? Do you get too aggressive? Would you be able to manage a team? Would you be able to manage different kinds of people? Would you be able to differentiate between a sensitive person or a rigid person? So these are some qualities that the management looks for in a potential manager or somebody who deserves a promotion. So make sure that apart from your technical experience, you're also focusing on soft skills and also your temperament on how to manage people. I did a video earlier about the difference between response and reactions. Maybe you should watch that video and maybe you'll get some idea about how to keep calm and how to stay professional in difficult situations. So that is one thing that you should definitely be practicing, is to enhance your soft skills and to have a cool temperament. So that is it for this video. I really hope that the points that I shared are of value to you and that they can help you in some way, and I really hope that you can get that next promotion. Please let me know what you felt about this video by commenting below, and you can also ask any questions that you have or any ideas for future videos. And like I always say, please like this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.